We've been talking a lot about life insurance, not only on the show, but behind the scenes here at TMS as well. Finance expert Rubina Amhed-Haq has joined us over the past couple of weeks, and your segments on life insurance, they're raising a lot of questions amongst our TMS staffers.
Oh, yes, they sure are. We're all talking about it quite a bit. So today we are going to put you, the expert, to the test this week to answer some of the questions we've been bringing up. Okay. And questions we've heard from you. So let's get right to it. Our first question, one of the biggest questions people ask, and that is, should you go through a broker when it comes to life insurance?
So a lot of people do use a broker, and you get quotes from all different places, but in some companies you can call directly, and in some cases calling directly might get you the better deal. It might give you a better idea of what that company offers, because they're going to have a much more intimate understanding of exactly what they can provide for you. So no, you do not have to go through a broker. You can go directly to the company, and you can get a quote right from them and then work with them in that way to figure out the situation that works best for you, and the premium that you're going to pay and the policy that you're going to obtain.
Okay. So another thing that we've been talking about is providing your health information. Why is that so important? And just reminding everyone we should be honest about our health information, right?
Absolutely. I mean, you have to disclose if you've got underlying medical conditions, or you have a history of, of a health problem, or if you've been a smoker, or other things that may affect your premiums, because all of that information is going to make up what your premium is going to be. Now, of course, the more health issues you have, the premiums may be higher. The older you are, your premiums may be higher. A company like Seniors Choice actually targets 40 and over. They want those Canadians who did not get life insurance when they were in their 20s to call them, because they have solutions for them to make sure that they have coverage, and if something was to happen to them, that there would be money left over for their dependents. So yes, you have to disclose everything. I would say be as candid as possible, because you don't want anything later to make your policy not valid anymore.
Right. Oh gosh, yeah. Okay, this is an interesting one. Can I get life insurance if I engage in a high-risk hobby?
Yeah, so a lot of people, like skydiving or scuba diving, or, diving, I guess, being the big dangerous word there, or whatever it may be. You may be even in a job that, you are exposed to different chemicals. You want to let your insurance provider know that, because they're going to build that into the policy that they're going to give you. You want to make sure that there's no surprises that later something, again, would make your policy void. You want to make sure they know, so that they can make sure the premiums reflect that reality.
Okay, so when you talk about policy, what should we be looking for when it comes to picking the right policy?
So you want to look for a policy that's going to cover your costs, like your funeral costs or any debts you might have left behind. If you've got dependents, so up to, for example, for Seniors Choice, up to $250,000 can be left to your dependents, and that's quite a big chunk of money, tax-free, that they can then use for all that void, financial void that's left behind when someone passes away. So you want to, be very clear. If something was to happen to me, how much money would my dependents get? If I was to get critically ill, how much money would I get? I ask all the questions. You don't want to be in a situation where you forgot to ask one simple question, and that's the reason the policy actually doesn't serve the purpose that you signed up for it.
Okay. And I know the answer to this one, because I've been doing it right now. If you have a policy, do you need to review it? And,
yes, absolutely.
And because of you, I have.
Yeah, thank you. That's great to hear. So yes, you do need to review it, because if you say, for example, you have a term policies have an end date. So if that end date is coming up, you want to be able to call your insurance provider and say, I would now like to have another term, or I'd like to have whole life, or I'd like to, change the way that I am insured. That only is going to happen if you review your policy. And as well, if you have kids or you change situations, your marriage breaks down, all these things should signal, let me look at my life insurance policy and see if it still covers my reality.
Such an important discussion to have. Rubina, thank you for having it with us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. All right.
This portion of the morning show is brought to you by Seniors Choice. Visit seniorschoice.ca/TMS to learn more.